So a lot of people, I think they get kind of stuck because they don't want to take a step unless they can see exactly how it's going to play out. They say, I can't get ahead because I haven't had the right opportunity. And the analogy I use a lot is, people that say, I don't want to leave the house until I already know that all the lights are green to wherever I'm going. And like, that's insane. Of course, you leave the house, you're expecting to stop at a light and have to wait, right? But at least in that scenario, you know where you're going to go. Imagine you don't even know where you're going to go and you're waiting for all the lights to be green. How could you even say, I want all the lights to be green, even though I haven't nailed down my destination? That would be craziness. But that's actually what people are saying is, I can't get ahead. I can't take action to move my life forward unless I have a clear destination, which is impossible because we don't have a crystal ball and we don't know what opportunities are going to come our way. And all the lights have to be green on the way there. I can't run into any roadblocks or obstacles. And so we stay stuck. And here's what I want to encourage people is, you don't have to have a picture. And you're naive if you think you do have a picture, and you know what's going to happen. The key to success, especially for young people, and the thing about young people is they want, rightfully so, they want to attach themselves to successful, established people to open these doors. And like, well, how I need to apply for these internships, or how do I make these things happen? How do I crack these doors open? Listen, the number one thing that you have to have if you want to create opportunity is just a kick-ass attitude. You have to be a gamer. You have to be down for whatever. When people, you wonder, how do I get these doors to crack open? How do I go create opportunity? And should I leap? Should I step if I don't exactly know the picture? Imagine the life of this guy, D-Rock, right? The guy that does film for Gary Vee. At some point, Gary Vee had to have reached out and said, look, I'm gonna ramble and rant and riff, and I just need you to point a camera at me. He couldn't in that moment have said, but listen, let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you what your future is going to look like. We're going to blow up. We're going to be an influencer. All these things are going to happen. You're going to be able to become your own influencer. You're going to have your own personality. Change your name to D-Rock. You're going to become your own brand. He couldn't have assured any of that. He just needed a guy that was down. He just needed a guy that was game for whatever, right? He needed somebody to be like, you need it? I'm in. Let's do it. Let's do this thing. And look at how D-Rock's life changed, and look at the value exchange he was able to engage in with somebody that could open all those doors. But imagine if he'd gone into that conversation and said, well, listen, Mr. Vaynerchuk, unless you can really lay out for me the 24-month plan of exactly what's going to happen, I'm not sure I'm down for this. I'm not sure I'm going to take this opportunity. In hindsight, that sounds insane. But in the moment, that's actually what most people would have done. Most people would have sat back and they would have put their, what's ironic is they would have put this hat on that they don't really have, because the hat is like, I'm busy, I'm cool, I got all this awesome stuff going on. Bullshit. If you got that much cool stuff going on, you're not in the room interviewing for the job. But then as soon as you're in the interview for the job, suddenly you're going to interview the interviewer, and you're going to be too cool, and you're going to have all this epic stuff going on. You got Call of Duty waiting for you at home. And you're going to be like, well, you sell me, Mr. Vaynerchuk. Tell me exactly what's going to happen in the next 3 years. How do I know this? You'd be like, get out of my office. Next. If you want to get ahead in this world, you get a winning attitude. You be down for whatever. Get your game face on and go offer value to the people that can open doors for you, and do whatever the situation calls for. We live in a world now where people are like, I don't want to fetch coffee. I don't want to do tech support. I don't want to troubleshoot. I don't want to hold a camera. I want to be out front. I want to be on stage. I want to be a star. There's such a thing as paying your dues, but there's even such a thing as getting to pay your dues. Not everybody even gets to pay their dues. Some people, we won't accept their dues. They're trying to pay their dues, and there's no dues to be sold or to be paid, because they haven't even opened the door to getting to pay their dues, because their attitude is entitled. They think that, they have this vibe of like, well, what's in it for me? What's in it for you is a chance to pay your damn dues. And for a good chunk of your life, that's going to have to be enough. And if you approach it with the right attitude, you're going to get the attention of the right person. And it only takes one person. It only takes one gig. It only takes one moment for the right things to align, and for you to be showing up with the right attitude. If I think back about my life in the last 10 years, The number of moments that have aligned, if I had had any different attitude than what I had, the entire opportunity would have been wasted. But somebody took note. I mean, I'll give one example. So I wrote a musical in college. The musical got accepted to a theater festival. 6 weeks before the musical goes up for the theater festival, my lead actor drops out. I'm not an actor. I'm a musician. I'm not a dancer. I'm not a singer. I'm a piano player. Show must go on though, right? I was hoping this would be my big break. So what did I do? I crash coursed. I taught myself to act. I went to the other lead. I said, man, will you just mentor me and teach me, give me a crash course in acting, and I'll try to memorize the steps. I got my buddy to play the piano. Long story short, we go up to Minneapolis for this theater festival, and I'm the lead actor. I've never acted before. I've never sung. I've never danced. But I was I polished? Was I perfect? No. But I put my heart and soul into it because it was my show. It was my baby. I wanted it to live and breathe. And we're playing rooms of there were rooms where there were 2 people. Because it was a theater festival. It was like 300 different shows going on at the same time, and people could just kind of come and go and check in on things. So we had audiences of 2 people. We had audiences of 5 people. I think the biggest audience we ever had was like 15 people. But one show, one guy in the audience happened to be a prominent inventor and entrepreneur and philanthropist in that area that was a big patron of the arts, a big patron of the local community. And he saw the show and he's like, man, this guy's raw, but he's having a blast. And he ended up coming up, talking to me backstage, told him the story about how, I wasn't even an actor, but my guy dropped out and I made it happen. And he ended up, did he think that show was going to be the greatest show on earth? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But he ended up saying, hey, let's do something. Let's work together. Long story short, he ended up backing me on a couple different other ventures, became a really influential mentor in my life, and has, been a big part of my success moving forward. There's like 8 different junctures in that story where I could have said, oh, my actor dropped out, we can't go. I could have said, oh, I'm not a dancer, I can't do it. I could have said, oh, I don't know how to do comedy, I can't crack the jokes, whatever. I could have gone out and been like, well, let's just get through this and not given a great performance or whatever. I could have gone and said, oh, there's only 2 people in the audience, this sucks. Oh, there's, this is 3 weeks, this is dragging on, man, can't we just get this out? No, but the whole thing, I attacked it like a freaking kid on Christmas morning. In that one moment that the one guy's in the audience, he felt the energy. He knew I wasn't a talented actor. He knew he came to find out that wasn't even my gig, but he loved the energy, and he ended up backing me on multiple entrepreneurial ventures that had nothing to do with theater, but he loved the energy. That's what I'm saying. These individual moments will change your life if you just show up the right way. And the thing is, there's no log. You're never going to reach a point in your life where somebody's going to give you a list and say, here are all the opportunities that passed you by because you didn't have the right attitude, because no one's keeping track. I don't know, maybe when you get to heaven, God will be like, okay, here's the reckoning. Here's like 900 things that could have gone right in your life if you'd had a positive attitude, because there was someone watching, but you didn't put off the right vibe, or they didn't like the way you showed up, or you had a bad attitude that day. But probably through your life, nobody's ever going to give you that list. You just have to know that list exists. Every time you show up with a bad attitude, every time you show up entitled, every time you put off this, I'm too good, I'm too busy, I'm too cool vibe, I'm not down for that. Every time you put that energy into the world, you piss away an opportunity. And maybe it didn't happen this time, but it'll happen one of these times. And success is a habit. Excellence is a habit. Those are 2 prostitutes. Let's be crystal clear. Those are 100% ladies of the night. It's not even dark yet. There's an adultum pouring. Oh my God, we must have taken a wrong turn here or something. But anyways, just have a good attitude and you'll get ahead in life. All right, I got to figure out where I'm going.